Imagine going to the doctor for, I don't know, a persistent migraine. And instead of just handing you a generic prescription for a standard painkiller,
Right, the usual trial and error.
exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of that, they synthesize a compound right there in the office. And it's tailored specifically to your exact DNA profile, your current cortisol levels, and even the fact that you live in a high-altitude city and drank 3 espressos this morning.
It sounds like science fiction, but it's really not anymore.
It's not. We are officially witnessing the death of the one-size-fits-all era. And that's our mission for today's deep dive. We are looking at a comprehensive AI News Digest from August 8, 2026. And the big takeaway is that hyper-personalization is no longer just about targeted ads on your phone.
No, it's fundamentally rewriting our biology, our cognition, and, well, even the concrete infrastructure of our cities.
Yeah, it's wild. So, okay, let's unpack this because the sources we have today move completely past the generic AI is the future buzzwords.
Definitely. What's remarkable about this digest is that it completely bypasses the theoretical stuff. We aren't discussing what artificial intelligence might do in a decade. We are looking at the immediate functional mechanisms of how predictive modeling is dismantling standardized systems right now.
Right now, today. And the most visceral starting point is at the absolute micro level, right?
Yeah, the human genome. Specifically, how we diagnose rare diseases.
Which has historically been an absolute nightmare for anyone going through it. I mean, if you have a rare condition, you don't just walk into a clinic and get an answer. You enter the medical field literally calls a diagnostic odyssey.
It's a very fitting term, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's years of bouncing from specialist to specialist, enduring endless panels, all while the disease is just actively progressing. But the AI diagnostic systems being deployed into clinical settings right now are taking that 7-year odyssey and condensing it down to roughly 7 hours.
Which is staggering. And it's important to understand why. It's not just because computers can read faster than human doctors. It's a fundamental difference in how the data is processed.
Right, because a human doctor is limited by, well, just being human.
Exactly. A human geneticist, no matter how brilliant they are, processes information sequentially. They are looking at a genome, which is 3 billion base pairs, by the way, and trying to cross-reference specific variants against thousands of known ultra-rare medical anomalies.
Which just sounds impossible.
It is mathematically impossible for a human brain to handle that cognitive load in real time because the symptoms of rare diseases are often incredibly diffuse. You know, a patient might have a slight tremor, a specific type of skin rash, and an unusual liver enzyme level.
I'll just bunch of random dots.
Right. And a human doctor has to mentally try to connect those disparate dots across multiple medical disciplines.
So it's basically like a human trying to find a needle in a massive haystack, but they have to check every single piece of hay one by one. But this new AI, it's like a giant electromagnet instantly pulling the needle right to the surface.
That is a perfect analogy because the AI relies on massive parallel processing. It doesn't read line by line. It takes those 3 billion base pairs and instantly maps your entire genetic architecture against global, real-time databases of medical literature.
So it just sees the whole picture at once.
Yeah, it sees the entire board. It analyzes the non-coding regions, the structural variants, the subtle way a protein might misfold. It spots these microscopic, irregular patterns in massive genetic haystacks that humans simply can't process as quickly.
Oh, wow. So for patients who are desperate for answers, this totally changes the waiting game. The anxiety of the unknown is just removed before the disease really gets entrenched. You're giving patients a localized target to fight on day one.
Which completely changes the prognosis for so many conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. But if we've successfully used AI to map the hardware and find the bug, the logical next step, and the digest covers this extensively, is using that exact same data to write the patch.
Right, moving from diagnosing the problem to actually manufacturing a bespoke cure.
Yes. And what's fascinating here is how it shifts the whole model of care.
Yeah.
Because for the last century, modern medicine has essentially been an industrialized trial and error process, right?
Very much so. If you have high blood pressure, you get the standard first-line medication.
Yeah.
And if it causes severe lethargy or just doesn't work, well, you come back 3 months later and the doctor tries the second-line medication.
It's totally reactive.
Completely. But what's fascinating here is this historic shift from that standardized reactive model to a preventative predictive model. These new AI-driven personalized medicine platforms use your specific genetic makeup to predict exactly how you'll respond to a therapy.
So here's where it gets really interesting. Does this mean the standard prescription pad is dead? I mean, my liver doesn't process chemicals the exact same way your liver does. So giving us both the exact same 50-milligram pill
Yeah.
and expecting the same result is kind of flawed, right?
It is fundamentally flawed, yeah.
So using traditional medicine is kind of like going to a department store and buying a standard t-shirt off the rack. It might fit okay, but it's not made for you. But this AI platform acts like a master tailor, crafting a bespoke suit fitted perfectly to your exact cellular measurements.
I love that. A bespoke suit for your cells.
Uh-huh.
And it goes beyond just your genetic baseline, too. The AI factors in your lifestyle.
Wait, really? Like how much sleep I'm getting?
Exactly. Incorporating lifestyle factors alongside genetic data creates a holistic picture of the patient. So if you live in a high humidity environment or you have a super stressful job, the AI knows that alters how your genes express themselves.
So it's actively predicting the efficacy and minimizing side effects based on how you live. That is just incredible. But let's zoom out a bit,
Yeah.
because we've optimized the cells in our bodies, but what about our minds?
Ah, right. The cognitive level.
Yeah, if algorithms can map our unique physical traits to heal us, they can also map our unique cognitive traits to teach us. The digest actually moves from the hospital into the education sector next.
Yes, looking at AI-powered tutoring systems for difficult subjects.
Right, and it uses adaptive learning techniques to identify a student's strengths and weaknesses in real time. It dynamically adjusts its teaching methods to improve academic outcomes.
Which is so needed. If we connect this to the bigger picture, traditional schooling forces a room full of incredibly diverse brains to learn at the exact same pace.
Yeah, the industrial model of education.
Exactly. You put 30 kids in a room with different working memory capacities, different processing speeds, and you just push them all through the same material at the same time. The fast learners get bored, and the kids who need a little more time get left behind.
It's super inefficient, but this AI tool flips that completely, right?
It does. It provides a real-time feedback loop that creates a customized curriculum for every single learner. It tracks micro-interactions, how long a student hesitates before answering, where they revise their work.
So it knows if you're struggling with the actual concept or if you just got tripped up on, like, basic fractions from a previous lesson.
Exactly. And it adjusts the next module seamlessly to patch that specific vulnerability.
Okay, but if the AI knows exactly how we learn best and it's doing all the teaching and adjusting, what happens to human teachers? Are they just obsolete?
Not at all. In fact, their role becomes much more important, but it changes.
How so?
Well, the AI is a great engine for data transfer and microassessment, but it doesn't have empathy. It can't contextualize knowledge or mediate social interactions.
Well, I see. So it's almost like the AI tutor is a hyper-focused personal trainer for your brain, just counting the mental reps and adjusting the weights,
Yeah.
while the human teacher evolves into, like, the gym manager.
The gym manager, yeah.
Yeah. Overseeing the actual social and emotional development of the classroom, reading the room, stepping in when a kid gets frustrated, or facilitating a messy debate between students.
Perfectly said. The algorithm optimizes the acquisition of the tool, but the human mentor teaches the student why the tool matters and how to wield it with other people.
I mean, that's a huge relief. We definitely still need humans to make sense of the data and guide the social aspect.
Absolutely.
So, okay, we've scaled up from the physical body to the mind. Let's scale up one final time. We've optimized the cells in our bodies and the thoughts in our minds. Now, how does AI take this real-time optimization and apply it to the massive, complex world outside our front doors?
We are talking about the macro level now, urban planning and smart cities.
Yeah, the digest covers how cities are using advanced AI systems to optimize traffic flow, reduce energy consumption, and basically design sustainable layouts by analyzing vast amounts of data in real time.
And this raises an important question about scale. Because optimizing an entire metropolitan area requires an unimaginable density of sensors.
Oh,
You need millions of them, embedded in the asphalt, in traffic lights, clamped onto the power grid. It's generating petabytes of data per hour. And what it means to live in an environment that is actively reacting to its citizens like that, it's profound.
So what does this all mean for the person just trying to get to work on a Tuesday?
It means reducing environmental impact and improving quality of life aren't just byproducts anymore. They are the direct result of a city that can literally think and adapt.
It's like the future AI-managed smart city is just a giant living organism. The AI acts as the central nervous system, constantly regulating the city's pulse, which is the traffic, and its metabolism, which is the energy usage.
Exactly. It feels a pain point forming, like a traffic jam after a big concert, and it instantly sends signals to relieve the pressure. extending green lights, rerouting transit.
So you never have to sit in gridlock again. It's constantly anticipating the shocks and adapting.
Right. And for energy, if there's a heat wave and a specific district is drawing too much power, the AI foresees that load imbalance and dynamically dims streetlights in empty areas or shifts power from residential solar banks to avoid a blackout.
It's just perfectly fluid.
It breathes with you.
Wow. Okay, so when you pull all of these sources together, the through line is just staggering. We started at the absolute micro level, how AI pulls the needle out of the genetic haystack instantly to end the diagnostic odyssey for rare diseases.
And then how it uses that personalized data to build a bespoke cure, predicting our metabolization rates and moving us past trial and error medicine.
Right. Then we saw how that same philosophy is dismantling the old factory model of education, with AI acting as a cognitive personal trainer so human teachers can actually focus on wisdom and emotional intelligence.
And finally, scaling all the way up to turn our cities into living organisms that predictively manage their own pulse and metabolism.
So AI is clearly no longer a futuristic buzzword. It is this active engine weaving itself into our daily lives, permanently altering how we're diagnosed, treated, educated, and how we move through our cities.
The era of one-size-fits-all is truly over.
It really is. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a final thought to chew on today. Because as we look at this ultimate level of optimization, we have to ask, what does it actually cost us?
That's a great question.
Right. If AI is successfully optimizing our health so we never get sick, optimizing our studying so we never get overwhelmed, and perfectly routing our daily commutes so we never hit a red light or take a wrong turn, what happens to the beauty of human error?
Yeah.
When we never get hopelessly lost, wandering in a new, unfamiliar city, or when we never have to stumble through a difficult subject the hard way? Do we lose a bit of serendipity in exchange for all this progress? Are we engineering accidental discoveries right out of our lives? It's definitely something for you to think about the next time you let an algorithm perfectly guide your way.
It really makes you appreciate the friction, doesn't it?
It does. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Stay curious. Embrace a little bit of that friction today, and we will catch you next time.